Good afternoon. Today we will be learning how to be dividing fractions. This is from the Ontario curriculum of grade 7-8 math. So, to divide fractions, there are 3 steps. The first step is to create a reciprocal. To make a reciprocal, just flip the second fraction's numerator and denominator. So, what this means is you take the top number and exchange it for the bottom number. That way the two numbers switch places. Here is an example. We have 3/4 divided by 2/6. So, as according to our first rule, we must take the second fraction and make it into a reciprocal. So, we're going to insert a text box and answer this question together. So, we have 3/4 divided by 2/6. However, we want to make it a reciprocal. So then it becomes 6/2. Excellent. So now we have made a reciprocal. And this is what our equation then becomes. So now moving on to the second step. The second step is to multiply. So once you've created a reciprocal, you then solve the equation by multiplying the two numerators and the two denominators. So we're going to solve this equation together. So our first would be to do 3 times 6. So 3 times 6 is 18. The second equation would be 4 times 2, which actually equals 8. So then our final answer would be 18/8, giving us an improper fraction as our answer. So, moving on. Once you have found the answer to the equation, turn the fraction into its simplest form. So, simplest form is basically taking a fraction that is improper, which means having a bigger number above, or taking a fraction that is just too large for normal means, and making it smaller and easier to read. So, we want to find the simplest form of 18/8. The first thing we know is that 18/8 is an improper fraction. So we know that the number is going to be bigger than the bottom from the top. So an easy way of coming down from this is to divide by 2 until you can no longer divide. So 18 divided by 2 actually equals 9, whereas 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Now we know we cannot divide by 2 again because fractions have whole numbers, and we don't want a decimal. We want it to be simple. So right now, our answer is 9/4. Well, this is still an improper fraction. So now we need to think about how many times 4 goes into 9. So 4 goes into 9 twice. So we have 2, and then 2 times 4 is 8, so we have 1 left over. So our extra stays within the fraction. So our final answer is actually 2 1/4. And that is how you divide fractions using a 3-step process. You make a reciprocal by flipping the second fraction's numerator and denominator. You multiply the two numerators, then you multiply the two denominators. And then you create the simplest form. I hope this has taught you all how to divide fractions. Thank you.